Greetings, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to a really miserable day here in Northampton. It's a bit miserly, it's there. But today we have got some good music to listen to and talk about. So the album ranking to first up is a viewer's request, and someone, can't remember who asked for them, but they asked for Portishead. Now Portishead are an English band. They were formed in 1991 in Bristol, and the band comprises of Beth Gibbons on vocals, Jeff Barrow multiple instruments and production, Adrian Utley on guitar, and audio engineer Dave McDonald, who helped produce the first two albums and is sometimes regarded as the fourth member of the band. Now Jeff Barrow and Beth Gibbons formed the band after meeting during a coffee break at an enterprise allowance course in Bristol in February 91, and they took their name by the nearby town of Portishead. They've released 3 albums. They did 2 reasonably quick, and then they had a gap. I like a lot of their stuff. I think it's interesting, and how they put songs together. They're very ambient. So we'll have a quick look at their 3 albums. So coming in at number 3, we have their 3rd album, and it was released in 2008, and it is called Third, and it was their first album in 11 years. So on vocals you've got Beth Gibbons and keyboards and electric guitar on threads. Jeff Barrow plays drums, keyboards, synthesizers, bass guitar and percussion. Adrian Utley does electric, acoustic and bass guitar, with Claudio Campos on spoken intro on silence. And that is the first track. So you get this spoken intro. It's quite ambient. It's quite a good track. It's got them lovely layers of ambience on it. It's really, really good. Up next is Hunter. The effects on Beth's vocals are incredible. Really use technology well, this band do, and it's got some lovely delicate guitar work here, probably done by Adrian. Nylon Smile, it's not my favourite on the album. I just don't know, it just didn't seem to work, although there are some nice little bits of guitar work from Adrian on that one. The Rip, this has got a nice little keyboard run all the way through. It sort of comes in and out all the way through, and it's the same little beat that sort of keeps the song going. It's not too bad. It's got a good vocal from Beth. Plastic, another track that I really didn't get into. It's a little bit disjointed. We Carry On. This really goes back to the heyday of Portishead. It's got a really strong guitar riff, stunning vocal. Pretty good. Deep Water, there's a little bit of ukulele on this one from Adrian. Beth's vocals are pretty strong on this one as well. Machine Gun, a very irritating track for me. It's a little bit bitty. There's just this horrible noise all the way through that really does get to you. Then my favourite track on here is a thing called Small. This is so psychedelic. It's got a nice ambience, it's got some great guitar on it, and it's probably the best performance from Adrian on this album. Magic Doors is next. High pitched thing at the beginning. Once that goes, it reminds you remember in the days when tellies used to go to the little white dot. It's like that, but then once they get past that, the song's pretty good. It's got some nice percussion on it as well. And the last track, Threads, it's a good song, nice guitar work from Beth, and her vocal is pretty good. It's not a bad album, but I don't think it has the same zing as the previous two. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, then coming in at number 2, we have the debut album from 1994, and it's called Dummy. So it's Beth Gibbons doing all vocals. Jeff Barrow does Rhodes piano and drums and programming and string arrangements. Adrian's doing some guitar, theremin, Hammond organ, and the drummer on this is Clive Deemer. First track is Mr. On's classic Portishead song. I've always liked this. I like the little bit of piano in this. There's a little bit of theremin in there as well. It's a good opening track. Sour Times. This reminds me so much of 1960s spy themes. It's excellent. It's got some nice guitar on it. Nice sort of vocal on it as well. Pretty good. Strangers. Interesting track. This is not particularly a favourite of mine. I think it's a little bit disjointed. It seems to be a combination of ideas more than a song. It could be sweet. The keyboards are great on this. The drumming's pretty good as well, and I do like that. Wandering Star, I've always liked this. One of my favourite tracks by the band. It's got a fantastic vocal from Beth. Really good song, very ambient. Numb, interesting again. A great vocal from Beth, and you've got this industrial sort of percussion on it. Really is good. Rhodes comes next. It's another of them ambience with a lot of string arrangements. Super vocal. Do like that track. Pedestal. One of them great ambient songs with some effects and noises that seem to really flow into this track. Normally you get these odd sounds that don't fit, but it is on that one. Biscuit, I just love these sort of tracks. The keyboards are great in it, really good. And then we have Glory Box. It's a stunning track. It's got a great guitar solo on it from Adrian. It's one of the best on the album, and it's a great track to end the album. A really good debut album. It's one of those albums that was a little bit different. The ambience on this album is terrific. They just put their touch on it, and it's a very relaxing album in places. And then you've got some real sort of industrial sounds. It's a terrific album, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. But my number one is their second album that came out in 1997, and it's just called Portishead. We've got Beth on it, Adrian and Jeff and Clive. First track on here is Cowboys. I love the vocal delivery from Beth on here. It is very, very creepy, and I do like Clive's drumming on this. Excellent track. And I'd say the next track, All Mine, is probably my favourite track by Portishead. I love the echo on the drums. When Clive hits the drums, there's this sort of ripple feel to it. Great vocals, some stunning little bits of guitar on there. Undenied, another excellent track, another great vocal from Beth. I like the little bits of gentle electric piano that keep coming in and out of that one. Half Day Closing comes next. Not keen on this one. I think for me the vocals are a little bit muffled, and you don't get the full potential of it. Over ambient sounds on this one. It's okay. It's very clever how they done it. Humming, another stunning vocal from Beth. It's got such a ambience to this track. It's just really good. Morning Air. Adrian's guitar work on this is pretty good. It gives it that edge to this song. 7 Months, really good bass line. It reminds me of the bass line on Dazed and Confused, the Led Zeppelin version. Only You is a really interesting track. I do like the atmosphere on this and the aesthetics of the sounds. Elysium, it's got some really nice guitar work from Adrian, probably the best he's ever done. It's so clear and crisp. Western Eyes, it's the keyboards that do it on this, really draw you in, and the vocal from Beth is just absolutely stunning. It's a great track to end the album with. This is a very good album, a very good follow-up to Dummy. I think they took what they did with Dummy and just tweaked a few things to get this a really good album. The production on this is better, and it's much more defined, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. So there we go, quite a short one, but a very good band, and I know they're still around, but they haven't done any new material since that third album. Okay, coming up next we've got Retro Ranking, and it's one of the bad series, and today's poor band that's in the dock are Emerson, Lake, Palmer, Stroke, Powell. So I'll be looking at some really dodgy songs from the LP, so join me for that. Bye for now.